our expectations are always met. The thing is that most times we don't fail to see, we don't have the capacity to see God changing lives. We don't have the qualification to see him doing what he's doing. So many times, even when God has answered us, we become very much stranded. We still think that he has not answered us. But anytime we come before him like this, he is present and he always administers to us that which we desire with God. And we'll continue from where we stop. Genesis chapter 5. We'll start from Genesis chapter 5, as the Lord will be helping us tonight. Genesis chapter 5. Walking with God is the series. We did part 1 last week, so we are going to be doing part 2 today. Walking with God. Genesis chapter number 5, verse 22. And Enoch walked with God after God took. Are you following me? For God do what? God took him. God took him. Okay, we'll see today Micah chapter 6. Micah chapter 6 verse 8. He said, he has shown thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but do justly, and to mercy, and walk humbly. Seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof is destruction. So there are ways that we think we are walking with God, we are actually not walking with him. There are so many of us doing the work of God. My heart, doing all the things. You pray, you fast, and God is not aware of what you are doing. So for you to walk with God, you must have to understand the way that the Lord wants you to walk. So we started talking about the ways of God. Then what was the first way we discussed? What was the first way we discussed? So if you want to walk with God, it must have to be with faith. There is nobody that walks with God that does not follow God through faith, because you are not seeing God physically, right? You are not seeing him. Have you ever seen Jesus? Or have you ever gone to any church service and you now saw a seat and Jesus sat there? He said, I'm Jesus, your Lord and Savior. No, it's not like that. We follow him by faith. The Bible says we walk by faith and not by sight. We are following God by faith, not with what we see. The reason why the Bible will say, let the weak say I am strong, let the poor say I am rich, is not because the weak is not weak, it's not because the poor is not poor. It is because that what we want to see is what you say. You don't say what you are going through, you say the result that you are expecting from what you want to see. There are people writing exams now, they already decide or concluded that some of the papers they are going to have a very low grade on them. Some of the courses they are going to be little because they did not write well. So they are leaning on what they wrote. They say I answered 2.5, I answered 3.5, so I'm not going to be getting a good mark from this exam. And the Lord is saying this is not how it works in my kingdom, because the Bible said God uses the foolish things of this world, the very little ones, to confirm the wiseness. So all this, the way of love. So we talk about so many people that said they love themselves and they don't love their neighbor, don't actually love themselves. Yes. You can say, can somebody hate himself? Even if you don't hate yourself. But there is something deep down in you that the reason why you see everybody as nothing is because you yourself, there is this low self-esteem. You first of all see yourself small. Because if you see somebody as nothing, that means you yourself are seeing yourself. So because of that, you are thinking that that person is seeing you small. Because of that negative mindset you have toward that person, you will start seeing them small. So any others is actually don't love that person, actually don't really love themselves.